So what are you doing?
What are you doing to sustain and support
The anime industry.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Kyo-chan here, and welcome to my March 2013 episode of Sustain the Industry, where we publicly do our part to help this industry that we love by purchasing anime and manga merchandise and hopefully inspiring you guys to do the same. Don't forget to send all your video responses to Dylan this month because he's the host. I really don't have too much news to share with you guys. The only thing that I found interesting was that the Freezing anime series has gotten a second season. So that's really exciting. After watching the first season, I was like, you can't just leave it there. There's so much more that you can do with it. So I'm really glad that the Japanese have decided to create a second season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that pretty soon. As far as what I've been watching lately goes, I really didn't watch too much on the streaming sites. I did watch episodes 13 through 25 of the first season of Kimi Todoke, which I can tell you has easily found its place on my top 10 favorite anime list. It is just a wonderful series. It's pretty emotional at times, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend that you do. I don't know what it is about this series, whether it's the fact that I really became connected with Sawako, or the fact that I'm just starting to get into the dating scene myself. Some of those elements, or maybe a combination thereof, made it really emotional for me. And I just really was touched by it, and I absolutely love it. So I definitely recommend you guys go check that out. And that's pretty much all I watched legally on the streaming sites. I have been marathoning through tons of anime series and movies. If you want to know what I watched in the month of March, you can check out my update video of the 100 Anime Challenge. So that's enough about that stuff. Let's get into what I picked up last month. First thing I got last month is the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. This is a pretty enjoyable game, but it definitely had its flaws. The first major flaw that I saw was at the very beginning of the game, where you had to sit through like 15 minutes of pure information about the series. For a veteran of Naruto like myself, I find it kind of annoying and wish they would have allowed us to skip over it. Maybe they did have that option and I totally missed it, but for someone like myself and other people who have been with the series for a long time, I feel that it's kind of repetitive and not really necessary for the game. For those people who aren't too familiar with the series and are just getting into it, it's a good thing to have so that they have a refresher of what's happened up till now. But for majority of people who probably bought this game, I thought it was a little bit too much. Another thing that kind of bugged me about this game was the amount of cutscenes. Now, I personally like cutscenes. I think they add something to a game. But for this one, it seemed to have a lot of them. And it seemed more like a Naruto episode than a Naruto game. So that was a small problem. I mean, it was a longer game than some of the other ones. There was like 10 chapters or something like that, so there was a lot, so that made sense, but you know, that's just a small problem. Another thing was the free roam. I love free roam. That's one of my favorite aspects of the Ultimate Ninja games. I wish they would have expanded it like they did in the first couple ones, where you could just go everywhere and you said, here's a mission, go over there. There were some times when you would like walk for like 5 seconds and then, oh, here we are, we're at the place we're supposed to be. So that was kind of annoying. So I wish they would expand it a little bit more like they did in the previous games. And my final complaint was the lack of battles. That's a surprising complaint for me because I usually don't like a lot of battling, but there seemed to be a lack of it in this game because of all the cutscenes. So there should have been a little bit more fighting, a little less with the cutscenes, but still enjoyable. It was a very enjoyable game. The one thing that I absolutely loved about this particular game was the fact that you could choose which path you want to go on. You can choose the easier path or the difficult one. So that was an awesome thing to have, where you get to choose that. And of course, I love the boss battles. They were pretty good. There were some really tough ones in there, but still, pretty enjoyable game. If you're a Naruto fan, I recommend you guys give this one a shot. And then I got Skippy Volume 27, which fills in a gap of my Skippy collection. I thought I had this one, and I didn't, so I finally have that, and now I can continue reading. And then I also got Demon Love Spell Volume 2, which I can't wait to read because I'm really liking the series so far. And that's all I got in the month of March. It was a pretty quiet month for me. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!